What's up, guys? It's Ticker Taper Tyler back here again. I'm your host, Tyler Lewis, and who am I here with today?
You are here with Kelsey White. Hi, guys.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining. If you guys don't know, Kelsey, she is head captain of the cheer team at Xavier. Just to list a couple of her accolades: two-time national champ. She also made all conference and all American first team. So she's doing her big one for sure.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
not to mention also the team as a whole, they had 16 All Americans, 13 of them being first team. So they definitely got a little super team down there
Mhm.
for sure. So we're just gonna start off with a couple questions. You being the captain of the team, just to start off like with your journey, what inspired you to become a cheerleader?
Oh, honestly, I ended up watching it. So whenever I was little, I watched a lot of gymnastics. And whenever I watched gymnastics, I knew that's a little extreme. So I was like, I don't really want to get too deep into that field. But
Yeah.
I did have a friend and she was in cheerleading. And she did competitive cheerleading. It was at a small gym in Texas. And she lived like in my neighborhood. So whenever she told me that she did something that was similar to gymnastics, and I was kind of like, oh, like this is kind of live. And my mom kind of put me in it. And I saw a lot of inspirational older people who were also going to the same gym and all the relationships they built. And I was just kind of like, you know what? I kind of want to be a part of that.
Yeah, for sure. Um, how do you say like you worked your way up to becoming captain of the team?
So I definitely would say it starts as a freshman. As soon as you come in, you kind of have to understand, freshman year, it's pretty intimidating. You're going into a new environment, you're meeting a whole lot of new people from different places,
Yeah.
but just staying grounded with yourself and knowing your morals and knowing your principles and just making sure you actually grow as a human. Whenever I'm saying growing, I'm meaning like educationally or academically, personally you're growing and just making sure you just keep growing to where whenever you become a leader, nothing's really changing. You're still your same self and you're just able to guide people as they come up as well.
Yeah. When it comes to training and whatnot, because it's for sure in any sport, it's not easy. What do you
Yeah.
say your training looks like?
So when I say my training, I'm gonna leave out academically.
Okay.
Training probably starts 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Our summers are taken.
Jeez.
Yeah, our summers are basically taken. Like right now, we're getting ready to go to NCA camp, so we can get another Daytona bid. But those practices look like 2 a days, 3 a days, starting at 6 a.m., maybe second practice happening at 1, and our third practice happening at probably 6:30. So it's definitely a
Dang.
lot. And we have on off days, we'll have mandatory ice baths, definitely have weights and stuff as well once we get closer into like the fall year and the spring semester as well. But definitely taking up all your days for sure.
Yeah. And then, you guys put it all together, at the end, for you guys to do performances and whatnot. What do you think is the hardest or most challenging like routine that you guys have to do as a team?
Most challenging routine? It's probably, I would say our nationals routine. Because, that's a routine that we get. And usually for most teams, it doesn't start off at its peak yet. It's kind
Hmm.
of like football or basketball or any other thing. Usually don't start off with like your same plays that you actually go to playoffs in or go to the national championship with. It's kind of the same for cheer. So our routine is usually going to be watered down, as we like to say, in the beginning of the year. But once we get to nationals, that's usually whenever we're throwing like our hardest skills that we can, just so we can win, of course. So, yeah, I would definitely say our nationals routine.
Okay. And then you mentioned that, the workouts that you guys have to do in the off season and during the season. Like how do you just help motivate and support your team members during like challenging times?
Honestly, I would say it starts outside of practice. So we do a
Okay.
lot of team bonding stuff and we do a lot of things to actually know each other as people rather than as teammates. Because once you get to know people as people, then whenever you guys are stepping back into the environment of your sport and you say like, "Hey, I love you, you got this," or like, "I care for you, you got this," then it feels a little more personal. And
Yeah,
that kind of is a more personal type of motivation.
that's what's up. Um, as I just said, you guys are coming off of championship. What are your guys' goals for this season? Of course, the goal is always to win again, but Any more goals besides that?
Yeah, so this year we actually have two teams now. So
Okay.
last year we only had one really, really strong team, and now we're trying to have two really, really strong teams. So I would definitely say a personal goal for me as the captain is to make sure that both teams are being risen or rising to the challenge rather
Hmm.
than just like one team coming along and then the other team like, just kind of behind us. But
Yeah.
I would definitely say as a leader, having both teams on top. And I would say as a program, of course, to win, but also to enjoy the season. Take in all the memories. This is our senior year, so take in all the memories, enjoy who's around us, enjoy our coaching staff, and just make sure that everything is kind of falling into place in the end. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you mentioned memories. What has been the most memorable thing to you so far in your journey?
As an athlete or as a student in college?
Do both.
Okay, as a student in college, no, I'm gonna go as an athlete. As an
Okay.
athlete, definitely performing on the band shell. We were the first HBCU to perform on the band shell, so that was a crazy experience. Definitely unreal. And I've been cheering since I was 4, and
Hmm.
there's no mat that feels like that. That was completely amazing. And as a college student, I would say Mardi Gras. We're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, we got the Zulu parade and Endymion, Bacchus parade. So definitely like that whole time off, and we're off of classes down here. So that whole time off, that little week or whatever, the weekend, is definitely a time is had for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, just mentioning, your favorite times as an athlete and a student. How do you balance those responsibilities being a student athlete?
Definitely a lot of time management. Our coach helps us a little bit because he makes us submit study schedules,
Hmm.
but he only has it mandatory for sophomores and freshmen. So having a study schedule and like a literal time schedule would be like I wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna study this before I go to class. That definitely helps a lot. And honestly, I guess like a lot of athletes struggle with this, but as adults, we kind of have to learn how to keep ourselves on a schedule. So like if I have a class at 9 a.m., I'm not gonna wake up at 8:30 for the class. I might wake up at like 7, get some stuff in, maybe go work out or something, go study before
Yeah.
the class. So then everything, like, because whenever we have night practices, I'm not gonna be able to maybe do homework at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. But if I wake up early and I do it, then it'll be a little more beneficial. So definitely keeping yourself on a time schedule for sure helps.
Yeah, that's essential for sure.
Mm.
If I were, if I wanted to become somebody to join the cheer team, like what advice would you give to me?
Mm. If you were somebody, I would definitely say, well, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Some advice I would give is probably what I said earlier, to enjoy yourself because college and athletics makes time fly because you're always on the schedule. You're always looking forward to the next season. So I would definitely say enjoy it while it's here. Because once it's over, you got 4 more years really in cheer specifically. So once it's over, it's over. So enjoy your time, enjoy the people around you, and network. Because networking can get you really far.
Sure, that's big. I'm trying to do that myself, as a college student as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna get into some I call them ticker tape questions. Just to get to know you. Outside of cheer. What's your
Okay.
favorite food?
French fries.
French fries. Okay. Favorite movie.
Probably Princess and the Frog.
Okay, hey, that's a good one. That's a classic for sure. Um, dream vacation spot.
Dubai. No, Japan. Japan.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Japan for sure. I've
Japan.
seen some videos. It's a little lit over there for sure.
Yes.
Um, favorite athlete.
Ooh. Probably Simone Biles.
Okay. Hey, she doing her big one
She
for sure.
is. The
And
Olympics
lastly,
coming up.
if Kelsey wasn't cheering, what would she be doing
Like another sport?
outside of sports?
Mm. She would be a dentist. She would be doing
Okay.
dentistry.
If y'all need y'all teeth done, veneers, tap in with us, in the future.
Stop it with
For
me.
sure. So I thank you, for sharing time with me
Of
to do this interview,
course.
and good luck on the season.
Thanks. Bye, guys.